Well, it's right at the end of the season and we're busy with Serala and Beau, trying to get them out and integrated into the troop. And as you can see, this is more from a monkey's perspective. We've got everybody going in and out and trying to convince the little ones to follow them, which is very important. We like, as we told you earlier on, to get monkeys to hang on to a mom before it goes out. But everybody seems to be visiting. Here we've got old Nigel also having looked to see what's going on. Nigel is a dominant male. He was born in 2008, so he has got a bit of high ranking walking around here. Some of you may remember Aisha. She was that female that arrived in 2016 as a young orphan from Palaboa that was found in that toilet block at that lodge. So she's doing very, very well. Of course, Lychee is one of our great foster moms. And here we got little Serala popping out for the first time just to see what's actually going on. Lychee just keeping an eye and wanting to go and get Beau out at the same time. But you can see little Serala doesn't seem to be too perturbed about what's going on. The mom's a little bit more worried about Beau and seeing how they can get Beau to come out. But of course we don't want Lychee going back in now. She's got to look after Serala. And we need to try and get one of the other moms to bring little Beau out. But Lychee's found, Serala's found something to eat. And she's quite happy, likes her food, and there she's got a little bit of something to chew on and keeping herself occupied. So little Serala coming up to join Lychee. And we got Aisha and Luna still inside there by the cage. You can't see them so well. And there I think that's little Luna trying to come out. And Aisha's just behind the door there. And of course we're just trying to get some more out. That's Aisha. Luna jumped out just behind there. That quick spring to get past the door. I'm not too sure which other mothers they got in there. Luna keeps on trying to groom little Serala, but Serala doesn't seem to be having any of it. She just wants to be with Lychee. So I think she's looking at Lychee for protection. Luna here just seeing if she can grab and do a bit of grooming while she can.
One. Serala.
Lychee squeezes back into the intra cage with Serala, so much for getting them out.
Well, that was one of the most unsuccessful releases I've ever seen.
Here we have Aurora. Strangely enough, when this guy firstly arrived, he was mistaken for a female. But as you can see, he's grown up to be a very, very big male, and he's definitely not a female at all. We don't really have much history on him, but he has got a curved brow, very large, grey and fluffy, and a very cheeky monkey. So he'll usually be up to the fence first to start any trouble. Lychee, of course, being very, very persistent, trying to get Beau out. So she's always hanging around the door. It's hard to keep track of who's in and out. Little Serala there on the outside, I think that's Luna again. But Beau's getting very close to the door. We've got Lychee there again, just trying to see what's going on, trying to push the door open a little bit more. And I think Beau's close there to the door, getting ready to come out, so it could be any minute now. They just got to watch who's around. I think that's her little face popping out. Yes, that's it, she's out. So that's little Beau that's just come out there. I don't know if Lychee's really recognise it, but yes, there's little Beau in Lychee's arms. I think that's Luna that's come over as well to give a little bit of a hug and see what's going on. So I think everybody seems to be quite happy. She's not running away. I don't know who else they're waiting for in the intro cage there, but they seem quite happy and content as they are, and at least there's little Beau out now, and with Lychee. So let's see how things are going to go from here. Little Serala come to see what's on the end, looking a little bit forlorn and neglected. Not too sure why, but everybody thinks Beau's the best. So we'll see what happens. There's little Serala moving over closely to the females, and she doesn't like I think she also likes Lychee, and that's also the problem, because Lychee likes Beau. So it does make it a little bit more difficult. There's Luna, of course, grooming Beau and trying to get extra credits with Lychee. Well, here we've got Aroa coming to see what he missed out. Little Serala there closest to us, Beau huddled underneath Lychee, and then we've got Luna doing a little bit of grooming on the side. And then just Aroa sitting here in the background having a look to see what's going on. Quite a muscular guy, as you can see. So he's quite a big, strong little male, and will be a contender, I suppose, one day for fighting for alpha male. But there's a whole little group of them, all looking after each other, still sitting outside the inter cage, which is not normal. Sometimes they like to run off into the bush and just see how things are going there. But at the moment, this little family all sitting outside the intra-cage door. Well, there you can see one of the most important aspects of the whole release is this feeding cage. The little ones should be used to going into this feeding cage now, and everybody will basically be having a look to see how they are, or when they do go in, and times are recorded how often they actually come and visit the feeding cage. The milks are measured and stuff to see how much is left. So of course we know how much milk there is in each little bottle, and then that gets recorded, and then we write down how much they've been drinking. So most of the monitoring that's going on is to see that these little guys come into this feeding cage and actually start drinking the correct amount of milk. There you can see the bottles going in, and of course we all know how much is in each little bottle, and then we can just write down that to make sure they are drinking. Now these feeding cages are placed all the way, I think there's about 2 or 3 in this enclosure, so they've got different points to go over and find something to drink. Little Uzga with Serala. If you remember, Uzga arrived last year around about June from the Johannesburg Wildlife Vets. Was also a little orphan, so just look how big he's grown up now, and also playing around with the others, so it's quite amazing. That looks like little Beau that's managed to squeeze out with nobody even noticing, while all the moms are sort of grooming each other, and he's taking sort of a break from them as well. Thank God I got out of that and just having a breather and looking around really to see what's going on. Little Serala coming out of the cuddle bunch. She's kind of independent and stands up for herself. She doesn't just like anyone grooming her. So she is very wary. You can see here she's standing her on her ground. Not too sure if that was a little male that she was worried about. It looks like a little Uzga in the far back there, just keeping an eye on things, and Serala here in the front. There we got little Beau popping his head out, having a look around to see how things are going. He's just gone up to the electric fence. We're probably going to see how the electric fence works now, because every second wire is live. So he's still okay unless he goes and touches another wire above there, and then he's basically going, and there we go. So you can see how effective it is. It actually kicks him off. So he's learnt his one little lesson about the fence, and he's not too sure what's happened. Run over to Mom for a bit of comfort. Of course, she knows what it's all about because she's tried it before. So would have had little Oscar there that's looking up and saying, "Yeah, I've tried that. It's not a good idea." So at least he's learnt that little part. Not a nice experience, but it is important that he knows that he can't just climb up the fences and stuff there. So hanging around with Mom now. A little bit more wary about what's going on, and knows he's got to learn a little bit more about the ropes and about the enclosure before he goes running around too much.
I do not have my phone.
And there's Lychee holding on to little Beau and carrying him off towards the feeding cage. Hopefully at some point he'll learn to go in there and get himself some milk. But it looks like they've all settled in fairly well.
It's Beau and Serala's second day out in James' troop. They're just having some playtime with each other.
Serala, Briani, Beau, and Lychee. Briani really loves Beau, so since she found him in the troop, has not let go of him. Oscar coming to them. Lychee and Beau. And Luna. Oscar, Aisha, Lychee and Beau. And Luna. Charlotte, Lychee, Beau, and Oscar in the back. Serala's just eating constantly since she's been outside. all she does, eating in the background. Oh, very close to the feeding cage. Dustin just showed him the bottle. He's just getting too much attention from the females right now to make his way in. Yay! I think he wants to go again. Serala on the right, Luna holding Beau. And Eliza grooving Peachy. Both Serala and Lychee enjoying main feed. Although Serala has been eating the whole day since release, she has not stopped one time. But otherwise, they've settled in really nice. A very relaxed afternoon, which we want to see with the integrations. There was one occasion where Oscar bit Beau. Nothing serious though. And apart from that, it's all been cuddles and eating. Serala clearly quite independent. She wants a food pile just for herself. Oscar and Briani, and somewhere in the middle we've got a little Bobo. A big cuddle puddle in the middle with Lychee, Beau, Serala, Oscar and Briani. Just had a little bit of a scary situation because Beau ran away from Oscar and then ran straight into a male who kind of held him down and almost bit him, but didn't see any injuries now, so I don't think there was a bite. But then the whole troop, all the females, chased the male away. I think, how dare you lay a finger on this baby? Now everything seems well again.
Serala and James' troop just climbing down the tree.
So short
Juno.
tail with no black tail tip. That has to be Juno. And you can see how she's being a little bit defensive there, protecting Serala. Juno fortunately loves babies, so she's come over to Serala. She started grooming her, which is also a great thing. At least we know little Serala's got more support within the troop. A little bit reluctant, but Serala did enjoy the groom, so she's jumped up so Juno can groom her more. She looks awfully fluffy at the moment. She's looking far better this second day around than she did the first day. She's probably getting a lot more used to everything that's going on around her. She has, of course, as you've seen previously, been eating quite a bit, which is also a very good thing. So she's looking very good at the moment, and at least she's enjoying these grooms from Juno.
So it's getting darker, so almost time to rest now. Still got the two babies with Lychee always, and then Brianni has been lingering around more and more, cuddling a lot with Beau and also grooming Lychee. So we're just gonna wait until they go up into the trees to sleep there safely.
Well, this is the last of the little orphans to be integrated, so the season has truly now come to an end. Thank you everybody for helping us through this long period and difficult year with very, very few volunteers. Your contributions have been amazing. Your support has been tremendous. We really and truly appreciate it. We still have videos going on, but they're not going to be so much of the orphans. It'll be those little injured guys that we're sorting out and getting back to the wild or back to the troops where they belong. So thank you for being part of the family. We'll see you in the next video and in the next season.